Hi, and welcome to Baker Affair. I'm Pika, and today on this episode, I'm going to be making walnut bars. Just a quick note, if you're first time here, hello. And if you've been watching me, I really appreciate you coming back and watching me again. On another note, if you know any mixers, hand mixers, could you leave a comment below if you're like a really baker and because this one is not. So anyway, let's get back to it. I'm going to make the walnut bars today, and they are going to be, the ingredients are 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's for the base of the bars. And then for the top of it, it's going to be 1.5 cups of chopped walnuts, a half a cup, not 1/2 cup, a half a cup of brown sugar that's packed, 1/4 cup of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, or you can use honey. I don't care if it's honey, and I don't care if it's corn syrup. So I'm using corn syrup, and a pinch of salt. So let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to cream together the butter and the sugar. Butter needs to be at room temperature. And before I add the butter, I like to get this all mushed together first. If I've never told you that. Sometimes I don't do it, but I like to do it. And you want to mix the butter and the sugar until it's light and fluffy. Okay, now I'm going to add the sugar. Okay, so I added the vanilla, and now I'm going to keep blending it. Mix it in well. I added the sugar. And then I'm going to add the salt to the flour. Give it a little zhuzh. And then we're going to dump it in. And now we're going to mix it all in. And now we're going to and I just realized I have the wrong dish. So hold on a minute. Wrong dish. Dump it out. Now we're going to. And now we're going to, I'm going to press it in to the dish. And then once I have it all pressed in, I'm going to put it in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes until it's lightly golden brown. I'll see you when it's out of the oven. Okay, so while I'm waiting for those to get out for 5 minutes or so, I'm going to make the topping, which is 1.5 cups of chopped walnuts into a bowl. a half a cup of brown sugar, packed. See? Kind of sits there. Melted butter. Well, first I'm gonna, I think, mix this together a little bit. Like mix the brown sugar and the walnuts together. Because that would be smart. Sometimes I'm not so smart. Sometimes I don't know where my head is. Does this ever happen to you? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't think. Okay, now that I have that, I'm gonna add the melted butter. And I'm gonna stir it around. I'm also gonna add a pinch of salt before I forget, because I'm always forgetting salt. And you know what? You really need salt. Pinch. And 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. You can use honey. I don't care what I use. I would use honey, but we have really good honey. And it's a desert blend and it's delicious. And I don't want to use it in my baking. I would much rather eat it for allergies. Okay. And now I'm going to mix that together. And when that comes out, I'm going to put it on there. I'll be back. Okay, so it's out of the oven, the base of it, not the whole thing. This is what it looks like. Can you see that? I know I have said this before about the lighting, and I am still trying, I promise. It's just sometimes it's more blue, sometimes it's more yellow, sometimes it's too bright. I haven't figured that part out yet. If you know somebody, though, let me know. Other than that, let's get back to this recipe. Okay, so I'm going to spread and just put this on there. I'm going to just kind of do that because we don't want it to, like, you know. And then it's going to go back in the oven. It's going to go back in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So this is going to go into the oven. When it comes out, I'll be back. Okay, so it's out of the oven and it looks like this. And it's still too hot because you know how I am. I like to just eat things that are boiling hot. I can't help myself. It looks good. I'm going to go in here, even though it looks like it needs more time to cool off. Not too bad. Not too bad. I took it out without any real issues. I did add, full disclosure, I added double the topping part because there wasn't enough. And I actually added ground walnuts instead of the chopped walnuts. So we'll see how it goes. Let's try it. Looks delicious. How's the crust? Let's try it. Hot, very hot. I'm out of my mind, but I'm going to do it. I'm sure it's delicious. It'll be better if it's, sorry, I had to make sure this microphone was on. Oh, I just died and went to heaven. It reminds me of mm, Christmas. I don't know why it reminds me of Christmas, but it reminds me of Christmas. Maybe my mother used to make something. Mm. I'm going to have one more bite. It's delicious. Mm. The brown sugar got all like caramelized, and it's just like the butter and the walnuts, and I give it 18 thumbs up. If you like walnuts, brown sugar, and just super easy, you saw me do it. It's super easy. Anyway, until the next time, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching if you're still here. And please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like. And until the next time, ciao.